Hello, this is Chad Riggs reporting for MyTown TV News. We're here with Andrea Wilcox and Scott Mason, and we're going to talk a little bit about KOSBE. Andrea, can you tell us what KOSBE is?
Yes, KOSBE stands for the Kingsport Area Office of Small Business Development and Entrepreneurship.
Andrea, sounds like a lot of words there, but what exactly is the mission of KOSBE?
Exactly. Our mission is to help startups and entrepreneurs and also existing business owners to grow and expand their business.
Well, that sounds good. I see that you've brought Scott Mason here. I understand Scott's a local entrepreneur. Scott, what is it that you do?
My wife, April, and I have Mason Distributors. We have Trigger's Barbecue Sauce and Salsas, which are located in Food City, Food Country, Earth Fair, and the Good Food Grocery in Kingsport.
I understand your salsa is absolutely delicious, and I understand that you won a KOSBE Award for Young Entrepreneur of the Year last year. Is that correct?
In 2007, we won the Young Entrepreneur Award, and we also won the Best Small Business of Kingsport for the year.
Well, as the economy is in a situation in a lot of people's minds, it's may not seem like it, but I think a lot of people think it's a great time to go out and start a business and take that risk because there's so much uncertainty that you might as well stand up for your own
Economic self-sufficiency.
That's right.
Exactly. And we have had a lot of people come in as a result of that. A lot of folks some are already still working, are still at work with another employer, and they want to start a business. And some have unfortunately been let go and decide now is a good time to start a business. So we continue to have high demand for our services at the Chamber. That's
an interesting point you just raised. Scott, when you started your business, did you and your wife both quit work and start the salsa business, or did one of you gradually transition into it, or were you a big fan of salsa to begin with?
Well, actually, both of us have full-time jobs. I'm a helicopter pilot for Wings Air Rescue, and I'm also in the Tennessee National Guard. My wife is an interior designer, but now we're trying to grow with our Trigger Salsa. And it's a family business, and every time that we do a show or do a program, we're reminded how hard each other works on this project, and it's so much fun. It's something that we can do. You don't make anybody mad whenever you sell them a $5 jar of salsa or barbecue sauce, and you meet so many new friends and you have so many new relationships.
How many varieties of salsa do you carry?
We have 4 salsas. We have a peach salsa, a pineapple, black bean and corn, and garden salsa, and our gourmet barbecue sauce, and they're all natural products.
Now, were you a member of the Chamber before KOSBE helped you out?
I was a member of the Chamber for about 2 weeks, and then that's how I found out about KOSBE. But since I've been associated with KOSBE, it has actually helped our business tremendously, just from the reasons that we went to KOSBE in the first place. We needed directions on insurance, we needed directions on bookkeeping, and we needed directions on how to grow our business, and that's what we've learned from dealing with KOSBE.
Well, that sounds terrific. Andrea, what are some of the other things that you do for some other startup companies?
Well, some of the other things that we could help a business with would be the business plan. And actually, I remember when Scott Mason came to see me, he had a business plan. And that is very, very unusual, actually, for our clients when they initially come in, that they have that business plan finished. So I was very glad to see Scott, to have a finished business plan already in hand. But that is one of the activities that we're very active with the business plan. A lot of people that come in have no idea and haven't started the process, and it takes a while. They first have to understand that it does take a while to get that business plan done. Some others have been working on their business plan for years, and it still is not finished, and so it's just a matter of helping them to finally finish the business plan. But the business plan, we do a lot there. What type of business should they set up as? Should it be a sole proprietorship, a limited liability company? Should it be a corporation? Sometimes they need help with marketing their business. In some cases, existing business owner has been in business 10 years and now has gone to the bank and they need to purchase a big piece of equipment and they need to get a business loan and they don't have a business plan. And so they'll come in 10 years later to do the business plan. Business like Scott, at some point, will be ready to export their product. We can help help them with that process, getting started in that process. Help them try to do business with the federal government, with the City of Kingsport, Kingsport City Schools. Try to get some contracting work in their portfolio, because it's important to have a balance of not just I want to say your day-to-day business, but to have some cushion is not the right word, but some other foundation there that can help you, especially in a difficult time like this. And contracting is a good piece to have in place in this type of situation.
Certainly sounds like the thing that can be overwhelming. If you have a good idea, I know that a lot of people out there that may think about starting their own business, they may be concerned about somebody stealing their idea, but there's actually so much effort that goes into it, and the laws and the taxes and the regulations and the marketing and the networking, I'm sure, is great as you're through the Chamber of Commerce here.
Right.
So it sounds like a lot of stuff goes on to start that business.
Right. When people come in and they're concerned about that, I don't want to, talk about this idea because someone might start this business, I always say to them, there's a difference between thinking about it and doing it. So somebody might think about it for years and years and years, but they're not going to do anything. So there's a big difference. So actually taking action and making it a business, getting the business license, the tax ID, writing the business plan, getting the capital, opening the door for business. There's a difference between thinking about it and actually doing it. And we can help you do it. It's a step-by-step process. A lot of people are intimidated by, of starting a business, and it is something that can be learned. You can learn, what needs to be done. Just like Scott mentioned, get the information that you need, take the steps, don't try to shortcut it and cheat and go around, make it a faster process, but follow the steps and it can happen. It will happen if you really want it to and if it should happen.
And that's how the peer counselors comes in. As a peer counselor, what has happened, I had help starting my business, and I've learned some situations and how to do insurance, finances, CPA, the paperwork, and then marketing, and then sales. The hard part is the paperwork and keeping up with the infrastructure of your business. Mm-hmm. And as a peer counselor, what we do is we teach people and give them guidance on little hiccups that they come to. They don't know how to do a business plan. They may not know how to do the business insurance and really what to ask for. So they'll come to us, and a peer counselor, what we are, is just people who are a member of KOSBE's, associated with them. And we are there to help them. We donate our time. We sign a paper where we do not discuss their business because they tell us their hopes and their dreams. And we don't want to share that. And because they have to have a trust factor with us so we can help them. And it is amazing at the amount of effort that goes into making a small business successful. And whenever you can help them with a small hiccup and make them move forward, they're so thankful. And the nice emails that they give you. And it gives you inspiration to work harder on your own small business.
And so, the peer counseling program that Scott mentioned, he is one of our peer counselors. I think we have 9 folks that are signed up this year to be peer counselors. Again, they're sworn to the confidentiality agreement. They have to sign the code of conduct in order to do that. But the peer counselor is not just anybody who comes to KOSBE and says, I want to be a counselor. I'm saying we actually requested Scott to help us and be one of our counselors because he has product in, as he mentioned, in Food City, in Cracker Barrel. He has that experience. So when I have a client who is in the food manufacturing business and needs help with packaging and getting their product on the shelf, I would love to say that I know everything, but I really don't. I don't have all the answers. He's got the answers. He's done it. He's been there, and he can help them avoid some of those pitfalls that they may run into if they just try to do everything themselves. So this is very valuable, having him on board with KOSBE.
Well, all of our peer counselors, what we do is we start up a relationship because nobody has accomplished anything as a small business by themselves. The packaging, like she said, is a big thing because that's how you market your product. That's how it sits on the shelf, and that's how it leaves the shelf. It's just it's a way to just help others, give back, because as I have progressed, I still need to talk to Andrea about different situations. I also talk to other peer counselors whenever I need help. So it's just a way to be a teammate to other small businesses.
It is, And just as far as the structure of KOSBE, there's 2 staff people. Myself, I'm the executive director. There's Vanessa Bennett, who's our administrative and marketing assistant. Could not do this job without her. And then we have all of our volunteers. And so we have about 17 volunteers, and these are business community members who are there to help us and assist us. Some are peer counselors, but not all of them can do that. And others will meet once a month with us and help us to develop strategy for KOSBE. What are some of the services and resources that we should be providing? They're going to help us make those decisions because they are, one, a business owner themselves, and they're in touch with the business community. So they come back and they say, we need to look at some financing. We need to look at health care costs. How can we help small businesses curb those costs or explore the different options that are out there? So we need those volunteers to keep us in the loop with the small businesses, the entrepreneurs, and help us actually give them the services that they need.
Andrea, Scott won the 2007 Young Entrepreneur Award. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I wanted to find out a little bit more about why he may have won that, what the requirements were, and I understand Scott participated in the 2008 award also. And
well, Scott actually this year, Scott was a judge. One of the judges, and the format actually from 2007 to 2008 has changed quite a bit. And you want to talk about the format change, Scott?
I do. We had different sections this time. We had a young entrepreneur. We also had different sections from 2 to 9 employees, a 10 to 30 employee, and 30 to 150 employee. And this year, what it was totally different because there were so many different sections. You had to qualify differently because you had an established business, and this year we had up to 3 years, or even beyond that. The young entrepreneur, which Elixir won, actually, he was interviewed very well. He had very fantastic ideas, very fantastic growth potential, and cares about his community, and really shined during his involvement with the KOSBE Awards.
And community involvement was actually a big part of the contest this year, whereas in the past we've experimented with different formats. And last year, for example, we wanted to see financials and some different things. But this year, I think a lot was riding on the community involvement factor. And of course, Elixir has done a lot for this community. And the interview process is also you definitely weed them out in that process. And not everyone got an interview, so making it to that stage. Actually, being a semifinalist, you had to get through that interview process.
For some of you at home, you may be wondering what Elixir is. Elixir is Elixir Media Group. They're a full-service advertising and marketing agency located in downtown Kingsport. They produce a variety of cable channels, programs, websites, multimedia, and the individual who won the award was Wes Leonard, who was his company, and he was able to, we're in their studios right now filming this, and he was able to bring me on as part of the new business that has really gone through the roof after he won that award, and he's very grateful about that.
Oh, that's amazing, and it was very difficult to keep it a secret from Wes when we saw him at the luncheon event to not say anything to him about the fact that he was going to be the winner in that category. So he does a great job, and I'm not surprised.
Well, they do a lot of good work, and I know that they do a lot in the community. They have a variety of shows they do. They go out into the community, try to do things. I know there's some shows that they, my grandma is a big fan of the Robbie Spencer show, and there's a lot of other little programs, informational things. They keep the slides updated with the city. The city really wants to have all that information about parks and track push-up and, things like that. So we're here. You got the 2008 winner and the 2007 winner. What are some of the ways that some young entrepreneurs that may be thinking about start going out on a limb and starting their own business, what are some things that are coming up that they could be involved with?
Well, one event, which actually they have plenty of time to register for the event, and they can register on our website at www.kosbe.org, but that event is an export event. Again, looking at the current economy that we're in, what can we do, as a business owner, what can I do to grow my business, to expand? One of the things that they could do is look at, to explore exporting as a possibility. And so this is an exporting event. It's called Expanding Your Business Around the Globe, and it actually is going to take place in Knoxville. And as Scott mentioned, we would like to be in a position to take a a charter bus to Knoxville from Kingsport, loaded with 36 or so passengers to attend that event. The Export-Import Bank will be there. Various trade experts will be there. Bureau, the Business Enterprise Resource Office, State of Tennessee, Robert Leach is with the U.S. Trade Office, Department of Commerce. This is an event you just don't want to miss if you've even thought about exporting your product. And you can export, by the way, products or services. And so if you are not a product manufacturer, don't think that exporting is not for you.
That's interesting. You're part of a Chamber of Commerce, and I know that we went on a trip in college to Chile. And one of the things we did is the U.S. Chamber of Commerce in Chile came and spoke to our group of MBA students about some of the work they do, and that's probably all tied in together. It's a huge network that you're a part of, and all you have to do is be able to pull on those resources and ask questions, and there are people there to help you.
You just don't want to miss this type of event if you're looking to expand your business, to grow your business, and really just to learn more.
When is that event again?
That event is April 23rd. That's on a Thursday, and again, we have plenty of time, but you do need to pre-register. There is no cost to actually attend the event. If we take the charter bus, we will have to charge, of course, for the transportation to get there, but it would be well worth it. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, goes to about 12:30. After 12:30, you can meet one-on-one with a trade expert to ask your questions. So you would sign up for an interview, a private interview with the consultant that you need to speak with. So if you need to talk to someone about financing, you would meet with that particular person after 12.
One of the other things I was going to ask you about in the news today, you hear a lot about credit and liquidity and whether or not people are able to obtain financing for things they need. Is there anything you can help with as far as financing coming up?
Mm-hmm. And we've been able to help many of our clients with alternative financing. The SBA, actually, with the new stimulus package that's just going through the House, has been approved at this level, and hopefully the President will sign that in February, the final package. But there have been some major changes with that stimulus package that small business should be excited about. And one of those changes is with the SBA loans that are out there. The amount that the SBA will guarantee has actually been increased with this package. So that's a very good thing for the lenders, for the banks. It should be an incentive for them to want to lend more to small business. If you're a small business owner, your tax breaks will be even better, almost double for 2008 and 2009. So there are many, many pluses to the package. Even debt refinancing. See, in the past, you couldn't use an SBA loan to refinance debt. I think that's going to change, with the stimulus package. So there are definitely some pluses, and these pluses should help our small businesses, which, as we know, are the backbone of the economy. We hear that over and over because it's true.
That's one of the things that, as long as I've been alive, every president has always said small businesses are the backbone of the economy. Right. They're the real job creators. They're the ones out there, and you try to give them, an opportunity to be successful and not drown them down. And a lot of things in this new stimulus program sounds like it may save some businesses as well as help the small businesses. That's the small business thing. That's a big thing. You may not hear about it on the news, but Andrea here is able to help you with that down at KOSBE. And what if you're thinking about doing it, going out on your limb, starting your business? How do they get a hold of you?
They can contact us at the Chamber of Commerce, and so they could just walk down downtown Kingsport at the Kingsport Area Chamber of Commerce. We're on Main Street. It's the old train station building next to Citizens Bank. They can walk in. They can call us. They can email us at our website at www.KOSBE, and that's KOSBE.org. We have a virtual online assistant by the name of Melissa, an avatar on our website. She'll be happy to answer your questions. You can type in your question if you're not really ready to speak with someone just yet. But call us, get in touch with us, walk in at the chamber. We'll be happy to help.
Well, whether you're young or old, starting a business can be a daunting task, and it's good to know that there's resources out there available. Whether you're just out of high school, whether you've completed your first college degree, and maybe you're tired of your job. Maybe you've had a full career and you find yourself with a little free time and you'd like to do things.
Part two.
These are the people you want to talk to. I guess we'll wrap it up then. Scott, why don't you tell us where you can get that salsa again?
We're available at All Food City Stores, All Food Country, Earth Fare in Johnson City, and the Good Food Grocery in Kingsport, and at www.triggerbeeler.com.
Delicious. And for all your media needs, if you need to film a television program, contact Elixir Media Group. Thanks a lot.